Thank you very much, Rob. And thank you all for allowing me to be here this evening. My name is Joni Ernst. I am a Republican and I am running for U.S. Senate. And let me just explain to you why I am running for U.S. Senate. I believe that all of the values that I hold dear, things that I've fought for over 20 years, are being threatened by the failed policies of this president. And that's why I'm running for U.S. Senate. 3 things. I am a mother, I am a soldier, and I am a conservative. And as a mother, I want to ensure that my daughter is inheriting the same great nation that we inherited. And I see the president's policies, such as Obamacare, cap and trade, and high taxes, as threatening that. I believe that these policies are stifling our small business and our middle-class families, and they're crushing small business and free market economy. These policies hurt all of us, but it terrifies me to think of what these policies can do to my daughter's generation and their opportunities unless we change course. We must change course. This is the greatest nation in the history of mankind, and I know that we can do better than this. In the early spring of 2009, my hometown of Red Oak, not Redfield, Red Oak experienced huge job losses. Huge job losses. My friend Sandy's window manufacturing plant closed, leaving 100 local workers without employment. And in that same week that Sandy lost her job, my husband Gail and 82 of his fellow workers were laid off at their hydraulic hose plant. We had other layoffs and plant closures, and Montgomery County hit a very hard low. We have the 2nd highest unemployment rate in the state of Iowa. Terrifying. The loss of jobs hurt our local economy. We lost retail shops, we lost restaurants, and our movie theater closed. We had to fight very hard to bring life back into our local community, but we did that with local solutions. Local solutions. Our movie theater has reopened. It was purchased by local investors, and it's now manned by area volunteer groups. This was a local solution to a problem. In the years since I have been in the Iowa State Senate, we have had to work very, very hard to make Iowa business friendly. Now we are attracting employers such as Google and Facebook, and these are Iowa successes. Not only are we having local success, but Iowa success. We need and deserve better leadership. We need someone that will take these Iowa values to Washington, D.C. Those Iowa values, such as were demonstrated in Red Oak and statewide here in Iowa, and that's why I'm running for U.S. Senate. I am also running for U.S. Senate because as a soldier and a battalion commander in the Iowa Army National Guard, I understand the importance of a strong national defense, both at home and abroad. And we must ensure, as we are pursuing this strong national defense, that we are taking care of our servicemen and women and their families when they return home. Our servicemen and women have fought very, very hard for all of us, and we must fight equally as hard for them. My husband Gail spent 28 years as a U.S. Army Ranger, a Ranger instructor, and an infantryman, and I couldn't be prouder of him. Shortly after his retirement, I was mobilized for Operation Iraqi Freedom, and I spent 1 year serving in Kuwait, leading 149 of the Iowa Army National Guard's finest soldiers, running convoys in Kuwait and southern Iraq, and providing security for Camp Arifjan. In the years since my deployment, my cousin Ian, my nephew Andy, and my son-in-law John have all deployed to the Middle East. Many of my soldiers have voluntarily returned on their 2nd and 3rd deployments, putting the interests of their fellow soldiers above their own comfort and safety. And I thank them for that. As a leader in the Iowa Guard, I've experienced firsthand the difficulties that our soldiers, our servicemen and women, and their families have faced when they have gone on these lengthy and difficult missions. And I will always keep that in the forefront of my mind in my decision-making process on any related national policy. And lastly, but just as importantly, I am running for U.S. Senate because I cherish innocent life. I believe that life begins at conception. I also believe in traditional marriage, marriage between one man and one woman. And let me tell you, thank you. And let me tell you about the Second Amendment, something that is very near and dear to me. The Second Amendment is more than just words on a piece of paper. We have the right to keep and bear arms, period. And as a lifetime member of the NRA with an A rating, someone who has an Iowa concealed carry permit, who actually does carry, and as someone that is Army qualified on the 9mm and M16, I can guarantee you that when I go to Washington, D.C., I will continue to defend our shared Second Amendment rights. I don't just believe in the conservative values that I've talked about tonight. I have defended them for over 20 years of my life. I put the uniform on to defend these values because I believe these values are what made America great. And this is not just talk for me. I need you to understand that. This is not just talk for me. I have spent my life, I've dedicated my life to serving and protecting this nation. And I can guarantee you that when I go to Washington, D.C., I will fight every single day for you and our Iowa values. I thank you so much for allowing me to spend this time with you tonight, and I am respectfully asking for your support. I'm Joni Ernst, I'm a Republican, and I'm running for U.S. Senate. Thank you very much.